Hey tubes, Jonathan's wrong here. Truth in the budget. So anyway, hi. Let's go ahead and put the hat back on. How we all doing? So, basically just wanted to give you all a quick life update. Basically my studio is my car again, so, obviously my output's dropped a little bit too. I don't know. Don't wanna bitch and moan too much, but I'm basically just losing more and more space and liberties where I'm living, so I don't have as many options as what I can do and where I can go. And I'm basically paying for a bed, bathroom, and storage, which sucks. But anyway, moving on, just letting you guys know that I am putting together a project that I think is important. Basically, I'm gonna attempt to catalog all the newer Bible translations that are, rubbish, like are just bad, unnecessary, pornographic translations. I think it's Ezekiel 286 or something's one of them. I don't know. Anyway, someone who from time to time prefers to remain unnamed, I shall assume shall remain unnamed, is helping me out a little bit, which is great. She already gave me a big list of things. I got a few plans of how I'm gonna go about it, but I basically want to put together a good video, something I don't know, worth sharing, more focused than my usual work. I've been doing this for about 2 years, and still my number one hit is some dumb RV vids as a shill video that for some reason got major traffic. Still don't know why. Traffic on it slowed down. The last time I checked, it was like 13,000 something views, and it's sort of stuck around there. Because he's back around now anyway, so the video is kind of irrelevant, But anyway, blah blah blah. So I'm working on that, and I'm also going to be working on something else that's not important, but will at least give me something to do. Excuse me, and will hopefully be worthwhile. It's a comedy project with another channel. We'll see how it goes. If you know about me, I've always, I talk about comedy and stuff all the time. I'm really into comedy. I like to laugh. You might as well. You gotta. Sorry, there's a truck doing stuff around me. What are you up to, truck? Yeah, I got about an hour or so before I gotta leave for work, and I just decided to take a little cruise because I was sick of laying in bed. And I thought I'd give you guys a little heads up as to what I'm up to. As I know, you guys haven't been hearing from me much, and I haven't been as active. Honestly, I've just been depressed. I hate bitching and moaning. But that's why it's not why I have this platform. But that's it's why I haven't been around. I've just been working and trying to relax as much as I can. I got a little vacation time in. I got to beat 2 video games. Semi-older ones. I don't like any of the newer ones. They're all rubbish. If you're curious, Fallout 3 and Elder Scrolls Oblivion, I beat the heck out of them with maximum goodness and an awesome character. It's funny too, just to go off topic real quick of stuff you probably don't even know about unless you play video games. In Oblivion, there's all sorts of quests and stuff, special stuff that you get if you do the Thieves Guild and the Assassins Guild. I did not do any of those quests because I wanted to remain a good person. So that's why I prefer role-playing games. You get choices. You can choose not to kill anybody if you want, and I like that. You could diffuse situations with your words, and that's interesting. Rather than just going in with a sword and hacking everyone to pieces, which I could do also with my character. But anyway, blah blah blah. So honeymoon's over, vacation's over. I gotta, like, my car's falling apart, so like, you know, where I'm living too sucks, so there's nowhere to like hang out or like drive around there. I gotta drive for a half hour to get anywhere worth driving. Not a huge fan of Abington. They put their trash barrels out like 2 days before the trash comes. Like they'll I don't know. There's a lot of weird dumb things I don't like. Just stupid stuff. There's a ton of dogs in my neighborhood too. I don't like dogs. There's a whole thing too where I was, no offense to dog owners, I'm kind of thinking of making a video about dogs and the whole dog phenomenon and all that. And I don't like I was curious, so I was searching. I got a Bible app, a King James Version Bible app, which gets far too many updates, and a lot of the language in it is muddled, but it's at least not, saying that so-and-so's wife was craving horse, what's. But anyway, so I did a search for, word search. It's one of the few useful things about a Bible, like technology and stuff. You can get a Bible app, you can word search. So anyway, I just searched the word dog. And dog is not a well looked upon animal biblically. It actually refers to how dogs eat their own vomit. In one passage, I forget which one. Oh, 2 Peter 2:22, I believe. 2:22 talks about how something negative towards comparing something towards dogs eating their own vomit. But anyway, the dog is looked upon as a sniveling, cowardly animal, which I believe it is. Dogs play social games. They'll lie. They'll deceive. They'll be sneaky. They'll do stuff like that. More so than I believe, in different ways, and like raccoons are, considered amongst different cultures as, tricksters and stuff. Same thing with coyotes, but then again, coyotes are very close to dogs. But what is it? Raccoons are looked upon as like intelligent tricksters. Thought, like less. Not about just being sneaky. I don't know. I'm not finding the right words. But anyway, in most cultures, the dog is looked upon as a loyal, valorous, good animal. Asian cultures, different cultures, the dog is considered a good animal. But if you look at the dog biblically, it's not a good animal. It's a sniveling, cowardly, dirty thing that eats its own vomit. And there's this whole dog people are just weird. I mean, like, how often have you seen people like open mouth kissing their dogs, or just and the whole dog poop thing where people like will be picking up their dog's poop in these super thin bags, and you're basically handling your animal's poop. And just the whole thing's just weird. And what's the point of having a dog anyway if it's like just in the house just barking constantly? These animals are just in friggin' yards barking all the time. It's just, I don't know. It's a cumbersome, needy animal. They can't do anything on their own. I don't know. I've been recently living with a dog, and it's as much as it is cute and stuff. It's just every animal's cute, and they're much cuter animals. Like I could think of every single animal you'd find in the forest. I think is cuter than a dog. Squirrel, chipmunk, raccoon, fox, deer, bear, all frog, turtle, all cuter than a dog. Every single one of them. And a turtle's not even a mammal. But anyway, blah, blah, blah. It's getting kind of rambly. It's been a little bit since I've just talked. I don't know. Like I said, I've been reflective upon my content and my life and, what my end game is in any of it, what I'm accomplishing in any of it. And it's just, what am I doing? But anyway, I don't know. So hopefully I'll be putting out something worth a crap soon, and I might be able to find some outer life fulfillment towards doing something funny, which, I haven't done something real, like, in the way that, like, for other people, I guess. I don't know. Like, I used to write and do stuff. It's a shame when I was a kid. Like, I just didn't like being told what to do, but I was very creative. I would, I did a lot of writing, a lot of drawing. I've been published in the newspaper twice, once for drawing, once for writing. I'm not exceptional, but I was, I was young. I mean, crap, when I was writing stories when I was like 6, 7, 8 years old, doing creative writing stuff. I wrote I think it was called The Elephant Pajamas. It was about this elephant named Horace, for some reason, who needed to go. He needed a new pair of pajamas, and he went to the mall to acquire some. Forget the whole story. I wrote it and illustrated the whole thing, and they got put in like some sort of local Tacoma newspaper or something. I don't know. My parents might still have the clipping or something. I have no idea. But I actually ended up going to younger classes and reading it to them. Which is kind of cool, because I was at the maximum 8, maybe 9, because it was a good couple years before I moved here to Massachusetts, which I believe I did when I was around 10, 12 maximum. I remember being pretty young. But anyway, I just feel like there's stuff that I could have done with my creative side that I just never have, because I've always been boxed, like in school whenever I had to write something, it's just, okay, write about this. It's like, well, can't I just write about anything, read this book. It's like, well, this book isn't interesting to me, so I just didn't like school, because I was told to do things and I just didn't see the point. So I just, when you don't respect who's in charge of you and you just don't immediately do what they say, you just get labeled a problem. Like there would be class projects which I thought were just asinine, which just like I thought was just stupid busy work. Especially in science classes. Science classes are full of asinine busy work. So like I would just read. I would just sit in the back and read, and I would still get in trouble. I still get written up. I still get sent in the office and stuff. Just sitting and reading quietly to myself, because I just didn't want to take part in the what was going on, because I thought it was stupid. I didn't care. I knew the outcome. It's just the whole thing felt like big WOT to me, waste of time. But I don't know. Blah blah blah. Um, basically what I'm up to. There's a woman walking up with dogs right now. I don't like making videos in front of people. It's a thing. I know, right? But anyways, oh, I got a fat black Labrador. Hey, chubs. But anyway, I'll be putting something up worthwhile soon. I don't know about my living situation. Like, it's just working where I work. If things don't go smoothly and like I don't get all the hours that I'm supposed to get, I take a huge hit. Like I got sent home Saturday, and that's my 12-hour shift, which also puts me 6 hours overtime. So it's basically like it's like an 18-hour shift. So when I lose that shift, I'm losing 18 hours off of my check. It sucks. So it's, it's gonna my check's gonna be, less $140 something because I missed that one day. So I've just been set back. The guy I'm living with just keeps wanting to charge me more and more money. Because the electricity is going up. It's like, yeah, it's the winter. It's gonna go up, and I'm giving you $600 a month for a room that you own. He doesn't seem to understand that he's making money off of me. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Don't ever live with an old dude who's never lived with someone. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. They don't know how to share space, and they don't understand anything. And like you're just never on the same page about anything. Even when you're trying to discuss the same thing, it's awful. I hate it. I hate being there. It sucks. I got nothing to do. But anyway, like I said, I hate complaining. It's nice to vent, but not to you guys. It's like I said, it's not the platform. It's not why I'm here. I'm not here to bitch about my life. But, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, my car is falling apart. It's on a donut, and I have no home base. Oh yeah, and the sticker and everything. So sticker, donut, falling apart, no home base. So it's getting more difficult to make videos. As is my mental, emotional state isn't great also. So is my mental state fine. I just feel like bleh. I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like I don't feel blah. I've been feeling blah for a while. Just got nothing to do. Can't do what I want. I have no place to relax. Can't do things on my own time. And it sucks, You're home isn't where you sleep. Tell that to, people, living at Father Bill's, That's not their home. They get to shower, eat some food, and sleep there. Do any of them consider that their home? No. No, they don't. If you're living in a shelter, if you're sleeping in a shelter and out all day, you're still homeless. Your home is where you go to relax. Your home is your safe. It's your home base. It's your safe little place where you could do what you want. You could wear what you want. You could listen to what you want. You could do what you want. That's what your home is. When you don't have access to that, it's very stressful. It's like living in a glass box. It sucks. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. They're like, "Oh, but it's you got someplace to sleep." It's like I could sleep in my car. You know what you do when it's really cold? You fill up your tank, then you just turn the heat on low in the car and just run the car. There's places in Siberia where they just never shut off their cars because it gets too cold. If you shut the car off, it dies. You can run your car all night. It's fine. Is it awesome for the car? No. My car's a piece of crap anyway. I don't care. It's only a matter of time. It doesn't matter. What's really killing it is the actual driving. as far as the engine being on, it's not doing too much damage. But anyway, like, I don't have a place to relax. And for someone, this is another thing you can't explain to anyone. All right, for people who know what we know, it's very stressful living in reality. That's why most people don't want to do it. You see what's going on. You know that like everything's poison, including that drink I just drank and this, everything, the air I'm breathing, everything's poison. The people doing it know that they're doing it. There's an agenda against God and against mankind. It's fairly obvious, and no one gives a shit. And you're just supposed to go through life along with them like, no big deal. That's super stressful. For people like me and you, who are on the same page, who know what's going on, we're living in a sci-fi horror movie every effing day of our lives. And it's gonna get to the point where, like, they might start snatching us up. Who knows? I'm not afraid. I don't care. I'm ready to die at any moment, which is why I'm not going to. I'm gonna live it good long. I'm gonna live all through this whole mess. I know it. I know it. I'm gonna live. I'm not gonna get it out. It's fine. So be it. Even so, amen. But, for people in the know, life is stressful. You can't talk about it with anyone, and you just see everyone else around you just going with the flow, and, you see people getting outraged about stuff they shouldn't be outraged about, and you see people not caring about about stuff they should be caring about. You see people not looking into anything. You see people just accepting what they're given. And if you try to tell them otherwise, they get mad at you, or you're a crazy person, or you're living in your own bubble, or you're living in your own reality, or, you should go see a professional, or they have meds for that. The list of responses goes on and on and on and on and on. To which I say to no avail. I put the research in. I've been reading history and mythology and friggin' astrophysics and all that crap since I was a little kid. Before the internet, I was researching stuff. The internet just makes it easier to research stuff. Everything I learned, I didn't learn on the internet. A lot of stuff I have actual books on. Being able to make all the connections between religion and mythology and history makes everything come together. If you see the same story over and over and over again, and you've read it in every mythology book, in every religious text, in every psychological text, historical, whatever, everything says the same stuff. You see the connections. You see the signs and symbols, and it makes it all easy to follow. I have that base. People don't seem to understand that. People don't seem to understand that I know more about physics than them, because I used to study space. It's through my study that I saw things didn't add up as to what they were saying the rules were. When you're told a plasma jet is a temporary phenomena that is ejected from a black hole, which is still somehow technically a theoretical object. But anyway, when you're told that a plasma jet dissipates within like a very short amount of time, and then you see pictures of plasma jets ejecting from colossal solar systems that are millions of light years long, that structure is impossible. And it would have to be traveling far greater than the speed of light, or plasma jets would have to, dissipate slower. It just none of it added up. And there was certain stuff I was seeing like that, even before the whole Pluto thing, where stuff wasn't adding up, stuff wasn't making sense. Then I started to get into the earth sciences and biology. because I started to go, because I went to college with a girl I was dating. So I was like, stick biology, at least that'll be interesting. Stuff didn't add up. Stuff wasn't making sense. The whole evolution story wasn't making sense. When you study earth science, stuff doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. What they tell us doesn't make sense. When you study science with an open eye, what they tell us doesn't add up with what is actually happening. So this whole thing about oh, you think the earth is flat, blah blah, you don't know about science. No, I've studied it. And what they tell us doesn't add up. And sure as heck doesn't equate to what you see and experience. So anyway, a little ramble on that. But just back to what I was saying, you can't tell anyone anything. You can't tell them to look into things. You could tell them, physical, naturally occurring things. You could tell them, physically, naturally occurring phenomena that prove all these things. It doesn't matter, because they've been hearing all their lives through every single thing otherwise. But you have people like the guy I live with that'll just have Fox News going while he's watching news on his phone, and he's getting all sorts of I could tell him all day that they have patents on frequencies and all this other crap. Doesn't matter. I've noticed too that when you don't take part in people's reindeer games, they don't like you. It's happened every single time I've lived with people. I don't watch TV, and they don't like that I don't watch TV. It is off-putting to them. The fact that I don't sit down and watch TV with them, they don't like it. And it's happened on both times I've tried to live with someone for an extended amount of time. I think that's interesting. It's something to think about, at least. I could easily see them creating some sort of hive mind type programming type of whatever, where if you're not receiving the same frequency, maybe you smell different, or maybe they don't like the fact that you're not drinking the same Kool-Aid as them. I have no idea. I just think it's very interesting that if you don't watch TV and someone else does, they don't like that, and they don't like you because of it, and it creates a wall. But anyway, I'll figure out a title for this one. Life Update Rambler, blah blah blah, something. Maybe that'll be it. Love you guys so much. Have a beautiful day, and God bless you.